Hello students, in today's class we will be revising the chapter tissues, plant and animal tissues. So what is a tissue? How do we define a tissue? So in your earlier chapters you have seen that cell is the building block of life. When similar cells come together and function as a unit, they carry out a specific function and they are from a common origin. Such a group of cells are known as tissues. Tissues are a level of organization that is intermediate between the cell and organ. Okay, so further the organs make the organ system. Okay, like we will be seeing in our further classes, the digestive system, nervous system and so on. So these are all different organ systems, and together all the different organ systems make the organism. Okay, so tissue is a group of similar cells which carry out a specific function, and those group of cells are from a very specific origin. Okay, same origin. Let us look into the different types of plant tissues first. Plant tissues. Okay, so there are the two types of plant tissue. One is meristematic. Meristematic. Okay, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Okay, so broadly there are these two types of tissues in plants, meristematic and permanent. Meristematic means they are dividing cells. So basically what happens, you have cells of uniform size, okay, same isodiametric size. Okay, so these are all cells with their nucleus. Okay, so the meristematic tissues are actively dividing. Okay, they are actively dividing and they are non-differentiated. Non-differentiated means that they have not become any permanent kind of tissue. Okay, when these meristematic tissues can convert into permanent tissues. So there are the different types of permanent tissues. So the shape of these cells of the permanent tissue are also of different shapes. Okay, so they can be of different shapes, and these cells do not divide. Okay, they have a nucleus. Okay, or they can be some kind of random shape like this, they will have a nucleus. Okay, but the cell wall will be thick. This is the cell wall part. Okay, here also this is the cell wall part and this is the nucleus. So these are non-dividing cells. Okay, and are they differentiated? They are already differentiated. Okay, they are already differentiated. That means they have formed into a special type of cell. Okay, which cannot change. Okay, this is the meristematic tissue which is getting differentiated. Okay, this process is known as differentiation. So meristematic tissue can convert into permanent tissue, so that is why we say that it is differentiated. Okay, they are non-dividing cells. Next, what is the function of the meristematic tissue? It is involved in the primary and secondary growth of the plant body. Okay, whereas the permanent tissue are involved in different types of roles like protection, okay, photosynthesis, and in the support kind of function. Okay, they may be involved in the conduction, okay, conduction of water and minerals. In this way there may be the different functions. Okay, so this is one, this is two is the function. Then we look at the different, what are the features of these cells. So as you can see, the cells are generally small, okay, isodiametric. Isodiametric means what? Diameter of the cell is same across whichever you take, so that is isodiametric. Okay, small isodiametric. Whereas in here the these shapes are variable shape. Okay, variable shapes. Then the cell wall is thin. Okay, because these are continuously dividing, they don't need thick cell wall, whereas here the cell wall is thick. Okay, next, what about the cytoplasm? The cytoplasm is dense, okay, whereas here it is thin. The nucleus is prominent. Okay, nucleus is prominent, whereas here the nucleus is normal. Okay, that the vacuoles, do we see any vacuoles here? This is not much of vacuoles, but here there will be mostly a single large vacuole. Okay, so vacuole will be large in this case, whereas they may be absent here. Okay, generally they are absent. The metabolic rate, how the synthesis of the different proteins, vitamins, all these things are taking place, the metabolic rate of energy is very high because they are constantly dividing, whereas here the metabolic rate is low in the permanent tissues. Then what are the different types of meristematic tissue? Okay, meristematic tissue, there are the apical or terminal. Okay, whereas a permanent tissue, there are the three types. Okay, one is what we say the protective or simple. Okay, nothing but epithelial cells. Okay, this is one type of permanent tissue. The other type is supportive. Okay, supportive tissue. Okay, and the third type is conducting tissue or complex tissue. Okay, or these are also known as vascular tissue. Under supportive tissue there are the three types, under conducting tissue there are the two types. Okay, supportive tissue we have the parenchyma. Okay, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Okay, whereas in conductive tissue we have xylem and phloem. Okay, so in this these permanent tissue, they are not dividing, they are differentiated cells, whereas meristematic tissue there are the two types, that is the apical terminal and the other is the lateral or cambial. Okay, apical or terminal, what it means? That means they are at the terminal or tips of what? Stem, leaf, root, auxiliary buds. Okay, so these kind of different tips of the plant, tips of the stem, okay, all these places, these are there where they are actively dividing, constantly dividing, okay. Whereas the lateral or cambial meristematic tissue is present in the below the bark, below the bark of the stem, okay. So what it does, it allows in increasing the diameter of the stem or girth of the stem, okay. So in this way there are the two types of meristematic tissue, apical terminal, lateral or cambial, whereas in the permanent tissue there are the protective, supportive and conductive. So let us look in detail the different types of protective tissue, permanent tissue. So one is protective, okay. So this protective simple or epithelial tissue, the cells are having a thick cell wall, okay, they are having a thick cell wall and they are present in the surface of the stem, leaves, roots, okay, and they are helping in the protection, okay. These are the protective. Then comes the supportive, okay, the supportive tissue. So under supportive tissue we have the three types of tissue. One is the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, okay. So what are the features of the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma? We will see using a table. So parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, okay. So we'll see first what are the major features, okay. What are the major features of the parenchyma? They are unspecialized, okay, and they are living, okay. Whereas collenchyma are specialized and living. Sclerenchyma is specialized, okay, matured and dead tissue, okay. Parenchyma is the most abundant tissue. It is also most simple, okay, and it is a packing kind of tissue, packing, okay. So wherever there are spaces between the tissues, it has to be filled, the filled up, the filler material is the parenchyma. So the collenchyma are alive at maturity, okay, and the sclerenchyma are dead, okay, and functional at maturity, okay. What is the location of the parenchyma? It is found in nearly all non-woody, okay, in non-woody or soft tissues, okay, or soft parts of the plant, okay. Whereas collenchyma, where is it found? It is found in the specific parts like the leaf petiole, okay, and below the epidermis of leaves and stem, okay. Sclerenchyma, where is found? It is found in the uh, it is found in the mature parts of the plants, okay. So around the vascular bundles and so on. So it is found in the matured parts of the plant, okay, around vascular bundles, okay. Okay, in the stem around the vascular bundles, okay, veins of the leaves and so on. So next, what are the function? What are the functions of the parenchyma? It can be three types of parenchyma, that is the storage parenchyma, okay, chlorenchyma, okay, or aerenchyma, okay. So storage parenchyma, as the name suggests, it is involved in the storage of the food materials, okay, like starch and so on, okay. Chlorenchyma is having the chlorophyll, okay, it is having the chlorophyll, therefore it is important, it is present in the photosynthetic parts of the leaves, okay, in the leaves and wherever we are finding the chlorophyll, generally the chlorenchyma is present, chlorenchyma tissue. Aerenchyma is found mainly in the aquatic plants, okay, in the aquatic plants. So what is the main function? It is having air pockets, okay, because of which it provides the buoyancy or the floating to these aquatic plants, okay. Whereas collenchyma, the main function is flexibility, okay, it provides flexibility and mechanical support to the leaves and stem. Important thing is that it is absent in the monocots and in the roots, okay. Collenchyma tissue is absent in the monocots and roots. Sclerenchyma, it is provides the rigidity, okay, and strength to the plant, okay. So whatever we are seeing, the jute, linen, hemp, okay, these are all used in making the different kinds of products, okay, like ropes, gunny bags, textiles and so on, as well as walnuts shell, as well as the coconut husk, okay, as well as the seed coat. All of these also contain the sclerenchyma tissue, okay. Then what is the shape of these cells? So generally the parenchyma are isodiametric, okay, as we saw earlier. Isodiametric means they are of the uniform diameter, okay, generally round in shape, spherical in shape, okay. Whereas collenchyma are elongated, okay, they are elongated cells. Sclerenchyma is consists of sclerides, okay, it consists of sclerides as well as elongated and fiber shaped cells, okay. What about the cytoplasm, nucleus and vacuole, okay, cytoplasm, nucleus and vacuole, let us compare. So in the case of parenchyma, the cytoplasm is dense, the nucleus is present and vacuoles are large. The same is true here, cytoplasm dense, nucleus present and vacuole is large. Whereas in sclerenchyma, the, the cytoplasm is not present, nucleus is not present and vacuole is also not present, because these are dead cells, okay, because they are dead cells, it is absent, all the three are absent in the case of sclerenchyma. What about the intercellular space? So the intercellular space is large, okay, whereas here it is absent and here also it is absent, okay. Here the cell wall is thin and made up of cellulose, whereas collenchyma the thin cell wall and secondary thickening is by the pectins, okay. There is a thickening of the cell wall. Sclerenchyma also, it is the narrow cell, it has the narrow long tube kind of cells with lignified cell walls, okay. So here important is lignified cell walls, that is lignin is present, okay. Because of the presence of lignin, what is happening is the cell wall is very thick and tough. So in the next video we will discuss about the conductive tissue, okay, and we will cover about the animal tissues. Thank you.